Hi everybody, it's Ernie Sabella, the voice of Pumbaa from The Lion King. And I'm telling you to like this video and subscribe to Carny's YouTube channel. That's Carny's YouTube channel.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Carny. Fellas, how's it going? Ladies, I may be feeling a little bit sick, but it's really brightening my day to see you walk in that door. Welcome in. So I saw Saturday night. Good movie. Real good movie. A knockout, says the Carny Tribune. This movie made me feel a lot of things. Made me feel inspired, happy, anxious. What else? Anxious about my career, my creativity, and my personal life, until I got to the end of the movie. And then I realized the message of the movie, and now I feel a lot better about the movie. And I'd like to talk about the message of the movie in this video, because the message of Saturday Night is the biggest, most important piece of advice that any artist, creative person, or anything even similar to that can possibly get. So first off, if you don't know, Saturday Night is a movie that documents the 90 minutes prior to the first episode of Saturday Night Live. And I'm a big comedy guy. I'm a big old comedy guy over here. I watched a lot of Whose Line Is It Anyway growing up. I was into stand-up at a pretty early age. And now I do like improv and YouTube and sometimes stand-up stuff here in the City of Angels. And I love it. I'm living the dream. So I was excited to see this movie, and it was really good. It's one of my favorite movies I've seen in a long time. It had really good performances, really good writing, and it was very realistic. And because it was so realistic, that kind of added to like what made me feel anxious. So just plot-wise, like this movie is already stressful enough just because of like how many fires Lorne Michaels has to put out before the show can get started. There's people quitting, there's contracts to sign, like it's a whole big dog show over there. But then it made me start thinking about like my life and, you know, my career and my creative work and all that stuff. And I was like, well, this is kind of like a puppy show. I was reminded of a James Murphy interview. If you don't know, James Murphy is the guy from LCD Sound System. If you don't know what that is, you should go listen to LCD Sound System. They're one of the best bands of this generation. But in this interview, James Murphy mentions the late, great David Foster Wallace. Rest in power, we miss you, man. He talks about reading Infinite Jest by DF Dub, and he says this.
It really depressed me, because I was like, if I start right now, he's older than me, but if I started right now, I wouldn't get it done in time to be done with something like that by the time I was his age and have it come out. It's not possible.
And that's how this movie made me feel. I'm 28 right now, and if I started right now, I would not be able to make something as big as Saturday Night Live by the time I turned 31, which is how old Lorne Michaels was when the show first came out. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that like one of the most successful TV shows in television history is my bar for what I would consider to be successful. I don't have any plans to develop a network TV show anytime soon. I mean, obviously, like if they offered it to me, like I'd take the call, you know, but like, I don't know. It's just like, I got a lot going on right now. Like I have a lot of, you know, like improv shows to do to empty audiences. It's just like, it's, you know, my calendar, it's just pretty packed right now. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to like be disrespectful to NBC, CBS, all those, you know, they're fine organizations, but you know, it's just, you know, I mean, like, I still got to do me. I still got to do my thing. And so, you know, but, you know, I mean, if they called, I would answer, though. But I don't know. It just felt weird to acknowledge that there was something creatively that I just, like, objectively could not do. Most things creatively can be done. It may be a super DIY version, and maybe not a ton of people will see it, but you can make a movie or an album or a book happen if you really try. This I cannot do. And it's a strange place to be, because like I'm still young, obviously, but it just showed me that like my options will lessen as I get older. And part of that is nice because it, you know, it makes it easier for me to decide what I'm going to spend my time on. But it also kills all of those little dreams you had when you were a kid. Maybe no one will know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about this, but I'm just going to say it anyway. When I was little, there were so many things I would see where I just didn't realize that I couldn't do everything in life because I was like 8. And so there were so many jobs where I was like, oh, like maybe I'll do that. Maybe I could be a wildlife photographer. Maybe I could be on SNL. It was never my biggest dream to be on SNL as a kid, but like, yeah, there was a little part in the back of my head when I was like in elementary school that was like, oh, well, like maybe I'll do that someday. But I can't. So that's fine. You know, whatever. That ship has sailed. Or has it? Because then I got to the end of the movie and it all starts coming together and they're finally ready to do the show. Or are they? And then the message of the movie became abundantly clear to me. Or did it? Did it? Perhaps it did. Now I think about it. Or did it? But the message of this movie is like the biggest piece of advice that you always see people give in like interviews or on YouTube videos or like anywhere on the internet. It's everywhere, but somehow people still need to hear it and people forget it. I know I forget it all the time, and I'm gonna relay it back to you again now. That piece of advice is you have to start before you're ready. These people were not ready to put on this show. That's what the movie is about. So I know, like for me, when I look at all the projects that I could be working on, I just gotta start working on them. I can't wait for permission, and I definitely can't be comparing myself to Lorne Michaels if I wanna get anything done. And like, you don't need permission either. It's okay to just do stuff even though you don't know how to do it yet. I taught myself how to produce music. And don't get me wrong, I had a lot of friends that helped me out and stuff, but like the bulk of my learning was done by myself. The biggest thing that helped me get better wasn't just like blindly making beats, just like not knowing when it was done, not knowing when it was good or whatever. It's when I had an actual song that I could put in front of myself and be like, this is a project. I have to produce this song and make it good. And they didn't all turn out good. Some turned out bad, but I know how to produce music now. I've also written 2 feature-length movies and some shorts. And one thing about me, the way I write that I think maybe would be of some help to others, I don't outline anything. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who teach screenwriting as a job who would tell me that that's a horrible way to do it, but that's what I do. And I do that because, as corny as it sounds, I really believe that the story will kind of find its way on its own, which is another way of me saying I just try stuff, and if it sucks, I just delete it and I try something different. And I think this mentality can be kind of freeing when it comes to, you know, how we approach pursuing our artistic dreams. Like if you really want to get into art direction or something, just pick something in your house that would be like a product and set up like a little photo shoot for that product. Just try it. If you want to be a musician or a music producer, just get a song, I don't know, do a cover or something and just like make a remix of or something. Just start making stuff. Because also, if you're anything like me, you might have a lot of different creative interests. The way I whittle those down to decide which ones to focus on is I try all of them and see which ones I'm just not that good at. But that gives me a much clearer idea of which things I am good at. I hope if you make art, you just start trying stuff. It has been the way that my creative career has progressed more than any other method by far. I just directed a friend's music video. I got paid to direct a music video. I was not ready to do it. I had never done it before, but I did it anyway. And I just got done editing it. He was here and he like helped me do the final edit on it. It looks good. It's not perfect and there's a lot of things that will be better for the next one that we shoot, but like that's good too. We'll do better next time because we went through the process of making the first one, and yeah, we made some mistakes, but we can learn from those mistakes. A year from now, I genuinely believe I will be a competent director. I sincerely believe that because I'm just out there trying it. There are so many people who go to film school or maybe they don't go to film school, but they're always talking about how they want to like direct stuff and they don't actually go out and make anything. I had written those 2 feature-length scripts before I got to LA, and the joke I would say to everybody I talk to about them is, man, I just got here and I'm already 2 scripts ahead of most screenwriters who've lived here for 10 years. And everybody like laughs and looks at me and they're like, yeah, like you're right though, like no one actually does anything. So you can get ahead too, just by being the person that's like, yeah, I may fall on my face, my first few attempts may not be that good, but I'm just gonna give it a shot anyway. And if Saturday night ended up teaching me anything, it's look at what you can pull off if you just give it a shot anyway. Fellas, it was good to see you. Let's say something nice to the ladies on the way out.
Hi everybody, it's Ernie Sabella, the voice of Pumbaa from The Lion King. And I'm telling you to like this video and subscribe to Carny's YouTube channel. That's Carny's YouTube channel.